knowing that the inside stitches will decompose. That doesn't sound good. Decompose. Greetings, y'all. Just a quick update on my health and rig issues, and a big thank you to all of your support and well wishes. The stitches came out, and according to the nurse who removed them, I did a good job with wound care management, so yay. No infection to deal with. And I learned that what they sent to the lab did in fact indicate that they got all of the margins. I was released, good to go, knowing that the inside stitches will decompose. Doesn't sound good. Decompose. The stitches that are inside are going to remain for another 6 months or so, since they're doing the heavy lifting of keeping that flesh together while it's healing, and then they will disappear. Then every 3 months, have a checkup to make sure nothing else is going on anywhere for a year, and then I guess once a year, something like that. So things on the health front are a-okay. I did get a letter from the clinic that I go to that the doctor that I chose is going to be retiring for personal health reasons in January. So I'll have to choose somebody else within the practice, and yeah, it's sad that I can't work with her anymore because I really did enjoy her. But since all of the experiences I've had in that system have been really good, I'm happy to find out, how do you handle this kind of thing? Do you just automatically reassign all of her patients to someone else, or can I choose someone? It does feel great to have the use of my arm again, although after 2 weeks of teaching myself not to bend it, I'm finding myself not bending it when I'm putting on my shirt or my jacket or doing other things. So it's a process, and I can definitely feel some pull there still in that area because of the stitches that are inside. So, you know, gingerly as we go. Moving on to the vehicle, the evac code that was getting thrown, and also a message showed up on my dashboard saying, tighten your gas cap. And that was a clue, because during the smoke test that they did to find out what the problem was, it was indeed too much airflow in and out of where you put in the gas, which is like, wow, okay. And I'm thinking that the gas cap that I had replaced, they were probably pretty cheap, and the mechanism that goes into that tube where the gas gets dispensed, I don't think that was an adequate mechanism. So now I've got an upgraded one, things tested okay, closing the valve and then doing the smoke test again with the new gas cap, so yay. However, one of my low beam headlamps burned out about a week ago, and the other one went yesterday, and the design for taking out the console and replacing the lamps is just ridiculously complicated with everything that you need to take apart. So I have to get that done in a couple of days. So my antsiness has not been mitigated very much, but you know, I can't drive without headlights. So that'll happen. These next few days will give me a chance to get more rested so I can do some more driving to get to a part of the country that is probably 10 to 15 degrees warmer than where I am, and that's a good thing. In addition to an atlas to help me plot physically, there are apps that I use to help me make decisions about the timing and the temperature and the weather and the elevation. And I'll use these days, kind of more downtime, to check all of that out and verify that the preferences of where I think I'll be going are actual, and it's still early enough in the season that I shouldn't need to worry at all about snow or ice on mountain passes, that kind of thing. Don't forget about the time change this weekend, and I am with you, those who have been and continue to be impacted by decisions made by those in positions of power. Thanks for watching, and see you down the road.